Happy Wednesday! I don't normally do 2 cards in a row, like 2 days in a row, but today I just was feeling inspired to pull my Lightworker Oracle cards because I know there's a lot of dark happening right now, and I know that there's a lot of people struggling with a lot of different things, and it makes you sad just to think of that there's so much going on in the world, and you just want to do something about that. Hold on a second, my kitty's meowing. I want to let him in. It's just actually sad when you're like, 'cause when you see people going through so much, you just want to help, right? Like, that's me anyway. I want to help. I always want to help people feel better. I want to make people laugh. I want to make people smile. Like, I'll put myself in the most awkwardest of positions just to make people laugh, because I know the importance of laughter, and I know how good it is for you to be happy. I know it's hard sometimes, and I know there's people that people are dealing with so many different things right now that it's unfathomable, I think is the way to pronounce that, of what is actually going on. Like, you don't even know half the battles that most people are dealing with because people don't talk about it. And that's one thing with me, that I always would be very open with what I'm going through, always. And I was always like that. Like, on my Facebook, I share my good times, I share my bad times, because I like to share the bad times, because I have had enough of them, that that no matter how hard you're feeling right now or how bad you're feeling, you have to remember that there are brighter days ahead. There are, even though you're not feeling that, you have to trust the fact. Just trust. And that, sometimes, like, when, like, say for a relationship, for example, if you're in a relationship and it doesn't work out, it doesn't meet your expectations, we don't need we shouldn't have expectations. I mean, yes, to a point, but you need to feel happy right from the start. And if you're not feeling happy, and you're comfortable, that's not it. But, like, I don't know, I probably just didn't, but what I'm trying to say is, even though when you're going through a hard time, sometimes it just feels gross, and you're like, I'm never going to get through this, you have to remember there are better days ahead. There really are. Reach out to people. Like, that's why I was saying, like, I like to show my stuff that I go through, because I'll show the good, bad, and the ugly, and it gives people inspiration, I would hope. Because, like, when I see somebody going through something hard, and then they are like, I made it, I did it, and I'm, it's not hard anymore, it's easy, I made it. That makes me feel so happy for the other person, and I get so inspired by them. Like, look at that trooper, that's a warrior. And that's why I like to share my stuff, because I know I've had hard times, and people have seen me go through them, but then they've also seen me thrive, right? Like, it's just, I like to share that stuff, because I like to not think that I'm an inspiration to people, but to show you that there are better days ahead, and things do get better. That's just my thoughts. But this is the card that came out, and it is the 7th ray of ritual, order, and ceremony. It is card number 44. And it's through my Lightworker cards. Pardon me. This is long, but it's probably good. Here we go. When the gift of the 7th ray enters your life, something new is being formed, something that will benefit your world. There may be an increased interest in magic, ceremony, and ritual for healing purposes. Resonating with high-frequency violet light and the Archangel Zadkiel, the 7th ray also helps transmute energy from lower to higher frequency. It is a spiritual cleansing agent that allows the truth of spiritual freedom, empowerment, and choice to be seen and felt, restoring hope and joy to the heart. The 7th ray is very active upon the earth at this time. All of humanity is being affected by it. The 7th ray is the push-pull between the old and the new, the life that has been and can no longer continue in that form, and the new life that wants to evolve from the old. It honors traditions and ancestral wisdom that serve new life. When the seventh ray enters your life, you are asked to balance your attachment to what has been with an openness to the new. It is a time to fearlessly question what has been, honor what continues to hold value for you, and dismiss what no longer serves you. The seventh ray also creates form from visible, intangible spiritual energy. These are the inspired solutions and synchronicities that seem to come out of nowhere. They are signs of the divine order happening. The seventh ray brings an alignment with that divine order. Sorry, I saw that coming. My cat just tried to jump in my laundry basket that was on the chair and did not work. The seventh ray also creates form from invisible, intangible spiritual energy. These are the inspired solutions, and synchronicities that seem to come out of nowhere. They are signs of the divine order happening. The seventh ray brings an alignment with that divine order, and the more you are willing to invoke and allow that energy to bless you, the more your life will align itself with the genius of creativity, solutions, and loving opportunities the universe wants to bring to your world. The gifts of ritual, order, and ceremony are ways to attract this energy. Conscious ceremony done in service to unconditional divine love feeds a need for sacred embodiment. It is the hunger within the soul that many seek to feed through religion, and others through the less conscious rituals of addiction. Ritual can be something that keeps you stuck or opens you to the sacred. Choosing a spiritual practice to engage on a regular basis, creating your own spiritual system, will help you call the genius of the seventh ray energy to your life. Your spiritual practice might be a daily prayer followed by a short, conscious dance or yoga session, a meditation, or a walk in nature, or some combination of these. Find what works for you. Do that regularly and make it a priority. You can invite spirit into your life through a simple and ordered system that you do on a regular basis, even if only for 5 to 10 minutes a day. Then the new life, the new you, the order that brings an expansive idea to life in the world, can happen. The challenge with the seventh ray is to not become obsessed with the future, with the new, to the extent that you forget about the valuable aspects of what already is. It is about developing what has value, not rejecting outright anything from the past. The past can teach us wisdom and help us create a more loving future, if we allow ourselves to balance our passion for the future with a respect for what has been. The gift of the seventh ray is the ability to live as an embodied presence. For humans who don't trust or even recognize the love of the divine in their hearts as yet, those who do are great supporters. The seventh ray empowers us to use loving ritual to invite divine presence to fill us and our lives. It also teaches us how to use our consciousness to clean up our own energy field and the energy field of the world around us, so the divine can show its face more clearly. The comfort of this can help free all beings from anguish and suffering. The invocation for this card: I now accept of my own free will the blessing and grace of the seventh ray of ritual, order and ceremony, and the assistance of the unconditionally loving masters of this ray, the violet flame of Saint Germain and Archangel Zadkiel. I open to the magic of creativity, divine genius, and the ability to translate spiritual concepts into the real world experiences for the greatest good. May I discover and use my innate power for conscious and loving ritual and ceremony to enrich and invite spiritual presence into the world. May all beings feel safe and consciously held in a loving divine order, according to the great plan of love, through my own free will. So be it. Sometimes it's hard to get yourself into a routine, but starting it, that's important. And then once you start it, and if you start telling yourself every day, okay, you get up, you go outside, you have your coffee. Some people go outside, you have a smoke and a coffee, right? So change it up for a little while. Start, instead of doing that right away, why don't you take 5 minutes and just sit in silence and just sit, meditate, think of just things that you want to transpire in your life. You know, I don't know, do an early morning yoga session or something, you know. Just start changing up your morning routines into better directions, and then they'll just start to take care of themselves naturally. Like, you'll just start to get a momentum, and every morning you wake up and say, gotta meditate today. Oh, gotta take your 5 minute walk around the block, or make it 10, right? Like, make it 10. Just do these little different things all the time, and once you start doing it, it'll start creating itself, and then all the good things will start coming to you, I think, anyway. But you have to have faith, and you have to be positive. Try to eliminate the negativity out of your mind. Try to eliminate those self-harmful thoughts that, you know, I'm no good, or, you know, you like, just don't, because you are good. You're more than good. You're actually a superstar. You're amazing. And you know what? You got the power of the world in your hands. You just don't realize it. Anyway, have a super day. And you know, I'll see you all again another day. Got mad love for all y'all. You know this.